Hello and thank you for tuning in to Pilot Savvy YouTube video. My name is Chris, owner of Pilot Savvy. In today's video, we're going to discuss reassigning honeycomb yoke switches and buttons. And some of the reasons you may want to do that is different aircraft are able to fly different aircraft than X-Plane 11. That's what this is based on. 11 and 12, they're about the same. So the process would be the same. So the reasons will be different aircraft that you're flying. You may have a component that you was using, and that button or knob may have become inop. So you need to replace it with something like a flap lever. It may not work anymore. So you can simply reprogram one of these switches that you're not using to raise the flaps or the gear, for instance. So I actually reassigned mine because I fly diamond aircraft. It's mainly the yoke switches are mainly geared towards like a Cessna or a Piper or a Beechcraft or one of those aircraft. So different aircraft, their layout may be a little different. So anyway, so I'm going to demonstrate that. And what you do is landing page when you first start up X-Plane. You go to settings, and I already have it here, but you click on the joystick button, and any number of items could pop up. You could come up with the rudder pedals. Okay, no image for that. Not sure why. Trim wheel. So I have a Cessna trim. That's an example of something that could break there, and you need to reassign the task. So let's go back to the Alpha flight controls. That's the honeycomb. So the left yoke, I'm just going to push a button. I'm not going to reprogram any of these. I'm just going to show you how to do it. So number 4 here, you look down here, I'm pressing it, and you look down here, it says come to talk. And then this is number 3. Notice when I hover over it, it highlights it over here. So hovering over it, and you can also push it and it'll highlight it as well. And once you've identified the button that you want to edit, the button or the switch that you want to edit, you click on edit. All right, so let's go. I don't want to make a change to that. I'm going to make a change on this guy. So I'm flipping the button on the far left, and this did not start out as a fuel transfer. I actually relabeled it for my diamond aircraft. You can do that on any aircraft. This is a good example of labeling something. You may have sufficient buttons like for a Skyhawk, and you want to, any aircraft, in this case a diamond, and I want to use it as a fuel transfer switch. So that's what I'm hitting on 9 and 10. So 9 and 10. So I'm going to turn it off for now, and then the next one, fuel transfer, emergency pump on and off. So there's the ESS bus, and this is the nav. It's labeled as nav. I'm not sure if I was playing around here. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that. It's not used for nav anymore. I'd have another switch that panel that I use for that. But right now it's set for de-ice, and then you have 17 and 18 recirculation. So I'm going to show you, not go through the whole. I don't want to change this, so I'm going to just click on here. Let's say 17. I have the I'll use the last one here. I'm going to click on edit. So I have it selected. That's the key thing, and then edit, and then see where it shows air circulation closed. So I want to keep it there. This is Arabesque, and there's a whole bunch of things there. That's a great thing about X-Plane, how they have it. Some of the popular vendors integrated in, makes it super easy to select. So a whole slew of de-ice type buttons and switches. Electric. You see the earlier I used the ESS bus on off switch. So I programmed it in, and it's just a matter of clicking on it, and then if I wanted to save that, I would click on apply. I don't want to save it, so I'm not going to, but I am going to scroll down and show you it's more than just the arabesque, there's a whole slew of buttons and knobs and switches, and some are generic. You can find some of the duplicate buttons and knobs and switches that has nothing to do with arabesque in particular, but they're generic. So when you select them, it'll show. Here's some unique things also. From view left, I use a keypad for this, so I'm not going to change these, but you could actually use some of the buttons for your views. I currently use a single display because my graphic card needs some upgrading. So I went ahead and removed my left and right display, and I only use my primary front display. So this comes in handy. But I use a keypad with just a number pad, and I use the numbers that are programmed in there for left, right, up, down. Um, I just hit buttons. It's right up around the center console, so that it's a natural place where my hands migrate to when I'm flying an airplane anyway. So it's easy to spot, to look where I want to select the view that I want to look. Anyway, get off the view here, and this is the hat switch. It's already set up. The hat switch is already set up. Don't need to mess with that. Out of the box, these switches already, if you don't have any particular reason for changing them, you don't have to. I did change some. Let me show you an example. I'm gonna go cancel this because I don't want to change those buttons. But see how this is labeled master switch, alternator, and battery, and that's what you'll see in a typical Cessna. However, in a Diamond aircraft, you won't see that. What you will see, what I changed it to, is look here. I'm hovering over here. This is generator 1 on, generator 1 off, and this is generator 2 on, generator 2 off. So we're looking at buttons 1 and 2, switch 1 and 2. That's how they're separate. Separate functions. Separate functions. Okay. And the same thing with, I use the FADEC. I programmed the FADEC in here. So let's see what we got here. I'm just going to highlight. Okay, FADEC engine 1 auto. That's the where you want to have that set before you're doing the FADEC run up. Yeah, FADEC. And then you have button 6. It's highlighted over here. That's your force B. You put that down in the force B position, and the test, and then bring it back up, and then now you have the test. So 7 is test button. So I keep it in the off position, obviously. Do nothing. So 8 is do nothing. But when I want to do the FADEC run up test, I just click on the number 7 button, and when it's done with the FADEC test, then I put it down to switch 8, do nothing. And so that's basically in a nutshell. Oh, and when you're finished, all you have to do is click on the done. Oh, one thing I showed you earlier, how you would, yeah, let me go back up. So you edit a button, you go here. I think I mentioned that earlier. I did go over that earlier. You click apply. If you look down the list and you don't see what you want, so you can just go cancel, or you can test some. It's so easy to switch them out. Change. If they don't work. So if you select a button and it's not what you want, you can simply back out real easy. Just go cancel. It's like hitting escape button on the keyboard. And that's the gist of how you need what you need. I'm going to go cancel so I don't hit on anything. I just don't want to make any changes because I spend a lot of time going through and labeling, relabeling, and changing these, and I don't want to switch anything around. I actually took some tape, some label tape, black, and black tape with white text, and it blends in perfectly with this here. And in some cases, I have like just a line of tape where I did the spacing, and it works perfect. You can't really tell the difference other than the thickness of the letters. That's the only difference. But it works out better actually because getting that tape, I actually had to cut it to go between here. So I relabeled the tape, and I mean I cut the tape in half and then trimmed it further to get it to go nice and neat there. Careful to cut it in a straight line and make sure everything was horizontally perfectly horizontal. Honeycomb is especially user friendly. That's all I have on this video. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. And also, don't forget to check out my website, pilot7.com. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.